I am Mr. Bearden, and I teach 3 Art 1 sections, 2 sections of sculpture, and 1 section of AP 3D. And so today I'm going to show you just very basics on how to start the process of throwing pottery on the wheel. But for today I'm just going to show you with a wad of clay, a bowl of water, a sponge, and then the wheel itself. First thing I always do is wet the wheel just a little bit to help create that stickiness, and we kind of plop it down, and I twist it back and forth to get it to kind of stick. And the very first thing you got to do before you can make anything successfully is to center the clay. I'm going to show you how I would do it, or how I was taught. You've got a pedal here just like on a car. The faster you push it down, the faster the wheel will spin. So the first thing is you want to kind of douse the whole wad of clay there, get your hands nice and wet. So we wet it, I kind of lock my thumbs together, and then starts the pressure. And you just kind of keep at it until you get that perfect feeling. And it doesn't have to look like anything necessarily. You're not going for a certain shape per se. It's really a feel thing. You want to, until you can feel that turning without forcing you to move, then you know you're pretty good to go. So that's probably good. So the next step is what I call it is sinking the well, which is really just starting to open up the wad of clay. But again, everything you do, you want to have one hand supporting the outside and then the other hand doing whatever it is you're doing. So for me, I'm right-handed, so I keep my left hand on the outside, and then I'm going to use my right thumb, and I'm just kind of pressing into the clay slowly. Everything is kind of a slow movement. There's really nothing very fast about the pottery wheel. And so then you just kind of start opening up the clay. So everything's nice and slow. Your hands are working together, braced on your legs. It's really a full kind of body experience. Causing it to go out is fairly simple. To lift up, what I was taught, and I still kind of do it this way, is my hand on the inside is going to be slightly higher than my hand on the outside, so that I'm literally pulling the clay up. And so again, you want it to go as, you know, a nice, slow, steady process. And eventually, if the clay will work for me today, eventually it will start to grow in the direction that you want it to. Essentially, the biggest thing to remember is centering clay is important. That has to be done right, or your piece will be wobbly. And it is a feeling thing. It is not necessarily, you can't tell by looking. You also have to be prepared. That's why I rolled out a few balls of clay here, because ultimately you're going to have 1 or 2 that mess up on you. No matter how seasoned you are, things will go wrong.